How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to go over the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about CTRM, Castor Maritime, giving you guys an update. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I suggest you watch the full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the recent update from their official website in regards to you already know what. And then secondly, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the price action. We want to see how is it lining up with their indicators. Is it looking bullish or is it looking bearish? Is it the right time to buy or should you wait? We're going to be covering that. And then we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know this because this is key. This is going to add to a lot of the volatility that we'll be seeing in the stock price. And we also want to know what is the overall market sentiment. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts. So let's get into it. So we're going to go over the recent press release on the Castor Maritime website. So Castor Maritime Inc. announces delivery of the MV Magic Eclipse and new charter agreement. CTRM, a diversified global shipping company, announces that on June 7, 2021, it took delivery of the MV Magic Eclipse, the 2011 Japanese-built Panamax dry bulk vessel it had agreed to acquire as previously announced on April the 9th, 2021. The MV Magic Eclipse acquisition was financed in its entirety with cash on hand. The MV Magic Eclipse commenced employment today under a time charter contract at a daily gross charter rate of $26,500 with an expected term of about 105 days. So this is definitely great to hear coming from CTRM, but you guys know already, and I'm going to be saying it again. We want to see this continuing to be reflected on the next balance sheet, on the next earnings report that comes out. The more they bring in these ships and they expand the fleet, it will start to look a lot better for the stock overall in general, and then we could start looking forward to seeing some more upside. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for CTRM. So let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $3.45, being up 2.99% on the day. On the low, it tested $3.34, then on the high, testing $3.49. So the first thing we got to do is see how well it's lining up with our indicators. So we can see from the RSI down below, it is definitely getting to that oversold territory, being at 42.21. When we take a look at our indicators, it is below the 100-day, it is below the 200-day, and it's also below the 21-day EMA. We know this stock did a reverse split recently, and it's part of the reasons why we have been seeing a lot of volatility. We've seen, hey, you know what? It got to these lows here around $3, showing some strength, and now you see it where it's at right here around $3.45. So does this mean it's going to be reversal? Are we going to start looking bullish? Is CTRM going to recapture the 21-day EMA at $3.70, then making that move to get above the 200-day, getting around $4.18? That is something I would be looking forward to, but do keep in mind of the fact I would not personally be adding to any position whatsoever for this play. I feel like there still can be a lot more downward pressure in this stock, especially going back to revisiting this $3 level. Like I said, I could be wrong on this and it could do the opposite and start looking very bullish again, but I'd rather be patient when it comes to this because like I said, there's also a lot of bag holders in this play and they're going to be looking to unload. So that's why I feel like there's going to be even more selling pressure for CTRM. So what I want to see is how well it can hold up 3, and if it ends up breaking through that $3 level, I'd want to see how well it could hold up around 280. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for CTRM. So we see the short volume ratio is at 26%, and this is taking the close on Friday. What does this look like? So out of 4.2 million shares that were traded on Friday, 1,091,421 of those shares were actually sold short, so fairly significant. We take a look at the short shares availability. It is at 250,000, updated 21 minutes ago, and the short borrow fee rate is at $2.03. When we take a look at the short volume ratio, yes, it was high as 31.16 back on June the 10th, and now it's at 25.59. So the short interest has gone down. We have some shorts covering their position. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this week actually progresses for CTRM. Due to the fact that the short interest is still fairly high, there's going to be a lot more volatility, and it's part of the reasons why I will not be touching this play whatsoever. Can it make a strong move to the upside? Yes, that is possible, but do keep in mind this particular play, it could go either way here, especially since they had the reverse split recently. I know there's a lot of people that are looking, even if it does make a move to the upside, they're going to want to sell out of their position. So that's just something to keep in mind. So for my final thoughts for CTRM, I'm definitely going to be patient when it comes to this play. I am not putting any money in it right now because I feel like the stock can have a lot more downward pressure in regards to its overall price. We see as far as for the short interest is concerned, it is around 26%. So there are a lot of short sellers who are in this play and want the price to pull back even further. So taking all of this into consideration, we need to make sure that we are not going to be caught catching a falling knife or actually buying in when the stock has the possibility of actually pulling back. So we want to see it pull back further, and I'm talking about the areas below $3 and see where it could have that strong support and then start showing some movements to the upside. But again, this is only going to be proven through consolidation and support in regards to its overall price action. One thing we do know for sure as far as what's going on the business side, things are looking really good, right? We're seeing as far as for their overall fleet, they're going to be bringing in some revenues. We saw in their most recent financial reports, there were some big time improvements as well. So if we see that the CEO is continuing to expand the fleet, which there's no doubt in my mind that he will, then we could see this being beneficial for the overall stock. But do keep in mind, due to the short sellers, there's going to be a lot of manipulation inside of this play. And I do feel like that's why if you decide to get in at the current price of where it's in at the moment, there's definitely going to be a lot of risks that are going to be involved. Do know, as far as the economy and recovering and so forth, we already know there's a lot of openings. We're seeing this happen over here in Canada. I know in the US, you guys are well ahead of us in that particular category. As far as dry bulk shipping is concerned and the sector that Castor's in, hey, they're going to have an opportunity to actually see some sort of a recovery. So we want to see improvements on the next earnings reports and other earning reports that follow. If this ends up happening, then we could see this stock make some moves to the upside. So that's why I'm saying before all that even occurs, there's going to be a lot of volatility, and you need to make the choice for yourself if you want to be putting yourself through this. But I, for myself, I see there's more room for this stock to pull back, especially with the sentiment that came around that reverse split, and this is why I'm going to be patient. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.